Hey folks, welcome back to another video. I thought in this video today I'd go over kind of a cool little, neat little kit I just got. Little Altoids Tin Survival Kit. Now I know there's been a lot of talk out there in the survival forums and stuff over the years about these little kits. Are they effective? Are they not? What you should put in them? What you should not put in them? And this, that, and the other. And I believe my very first video on YouTube was going over one of the Altoids Tin kits that I had put together. But this is a kit that my buddy Shon put together, and he's going to start selling, I believe. And you know, guys, what you got to think about with these kits, they serve one purpose, and that's like a last-ditch, you know, survival kit. You know, they're not meant to cover everything. They're not meant to, you know, keep you out for an extended period of time. They're meant as a last-ditch resort type thing. If you have nothing else, you know, at least if you had this in your pocket, you would have something. So let's kind of go over this kit, and it all fits in the little Altoids tin. You know, you've probably seen hundreds, if not thousands, of these things. But anyway, I'll kind of go over it really quick. You know, he puts in there this little knife. I believe this is called made by Miltech. I don't know if you can see on there. It's called Miltech. You know, a little knife. He wanted to put a small fixed blade knife in here because the problem is with a lot of these kits, and I did it too, is, you know, people would put in like razor blades and stuff like that, and they're just not substantial, you know, if you actually had to use it for anything. So he found these little knives, and he might be changing these out later on, but, you know, he put this little one in here. It's a nice little knife. I mean, it works for, you know, what you need it for. It's not going to be, you know, it's not the best knife in the world, but it will work. But anyway, also have a little surgical blade in here, sterile surgical blade. Comes in handy for a lot of different things. He puts in here some various safety pins. These are large safety pins. You know, safety pins, again, you can use these for a lot of things, from fish hooks to, you know, obviously pinning your clothes or whatnot. And what I've added in here, I've added just another smaller safety pin with some various fish hooks, various size fish hooks on there, because I live in the south and there's a creek on, you know, just about every time you turn around there's a creek nearby. So I figured, you know, if I had to use it, you know, there's fish hooks in there. I also put some lead sinkers or split shot sinkers in there too as well. I also added a couple of band-aids, you know, just, you know, again, just to have, you know. Now he puts in there some line here, and inside the line he's got stuffed a little needle, so for repair work, stuff like that. You got a little bit of cordage. There's also a compass right here. Now the compass, you know, it actually works, so it's pretty nice. You know, it's not the best compass in the world. Again, it's meant to give you general direction. It's not meant to navigate, you know, by stuff like that. It'll give you general direction. Got some Tender Quick tabs, and these things are pretty neat. So you got some Tender Quicks in there. He puts in there a little mini ferro rod. Got a little mini ferro rod in there, and it does throw sparks. I've already been, you know, throwing some sparks off of it. You got a Fresnel lens or Fresnel lens, you know, for those days when you can start solar fires, so you do have a Fresnel lens. Puts in there a piece of Write in the Rain paper and a little pencil. You can use the pencil again for you know, shavings. You can shave it down, use it for tinder if you needed to. Got a little bit of orange duct tape, birthday candle, and again you got another spool of thread here that you could use for fishing line, for repairs, stuff like that. And you also have a little hank of snare wire here. So lots of different things, lots of capabilities in this little kit. I'm also I'm going to throw in here just a set of an extra set of lock picks, just, you know, because I have an extra set, so I'm just going to throw an extra set in here just to have. So again, like I said, my buddy Shon, you know, he's going to be selling these. I don't know, you know, when or what, and he's already sold a bunch already just to his friends and stuff. So if you're interested, contact me, and I will put you in contact with him and for pricing and stuff. And I think he's selling these right now for $20, I believe. So don't, you know, prices are subject to change, obviously. But so anyway, until I see you on another video, always remember PPE, plan, prepare, and exercise. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And I'll see you on another video. Thanks, folks. Have a nice day.